Okay, so for the past 8 months, this has been my video doorbell. It's by XTU and the model is the J9. It was sent to me after I did a video on my Ring doorbell, which is this one here. This is the second gen one, and I did a video a year ago now, Ring doorbell without subscription plus alternatives. I still like the Ring doorbell as a piece of hardware, it's very decent, but I'm not a fan of paying £3.49 a month. And there's two new models now from XTU with the same no subscription. It also saves to an SD card, but these new models are now compatible with the Amazon Echo Show. So currently in the UK, if I was to buy a second gen Ring doorbell and a chime, it would cost me £109.99. The XTU model J10, which is one of the ones I've got here, with the chime is £69.99. You can add an SD card to that at maybe £5. So the big thing is here, we've already saved £35 before we've even started. But at a cost of £35 a year, over 3 years that saving is nearly £140. So inside the MR02 box we've got instructions, pretty much exactly the same bell as the previous one, with the same sort of mount and even the way it releases as well. Obviously this is a double-sided sticky pad. We've got USB-C, which is a big improvement. We had micro USB before. This is the chime, and that takes 3 AAA batteries. We've got some screws and also a little key to unlock the bell. The other difference to my existing bell is that this now supports Alexa and also Google Home. So on to the J10, pretty much the same contents in the box. Nice to see USB-C again. Same sort of chime. These don't have a USB socket, which the old one that I've got has got a little USB micro socket on it. So these only work with batteries, but obviously it's a chime, so the batteries are going to last for ages. And then the bell is very different. So you can see here that it looks much more raised, and that's because it comes with this adjustable mount on the back. If I undo the little hex bolt on the bottom here with the supplied screwdriver, I can then twist it between multiple angles, and you can really get quite a tight angle. And I could have done with that before, because the old bell I mounted on one side of my door. I've ended up putting it in the middle of my door now, but when it was on one side of the door, it was definitely picking up a lot of the wall, which I didn't want it to. So yeah, that's a nice feature. So it recommends an 8 to 10 hour charge initially. So let's pop the SD card in first of all anyway. So you can see the slot here, and that's got a little rubber cover for it, and this is the USB-C. If I plug in the USB-C, so we have a red light which is just by the cable here, that's showing that it needs a charge. It'll be blue and solid when it's fully charged. Okay, so I'm going to set this up with my iPad. So first of all I need to press the camera button and hold it up to the book, and you can see that it's picked up the iOS App Store. So I can click on that and it will want to install the app, but I've already got the app installed. If you don't already have it installed, obviously just install it in the normal way. I can hit open, and then I've got plus to add a device. Now this one step on a Ring doorbell would cost you £8 a month, because if you want to use more than one device, it's a flat £8 a month. There's no extra charge with this XTU device, so I'm going to have 2 doorbells, one on the back of the house, one on the front, just for testing. I don't have any access to the back of the house normally. Let's do smart doorbell, smart video, and then press and hold the button for a second to turn it on. And then hit next. So let's press the bell button and hit next. So it wants me to reset, so I'm going to use one of the screws that came with it. Just press and hold this until it makes a noise. There we go. I'm going to wait a bit for another noise. Now I'm going to hit next. Now I'm not going to show the network setup bit, but you need to make sure you pick a 2.4 gigahertz network. So now we need to show this QR code to the camera. So I've got to spin my iPad around, and the camera picks it up and registers it straight away. I've got a blue light on the camera now. Let's hit next. Okay, connection successful. So let's hit next. I'm going to change the name of this camera just by pressing this square with the little sort of pen inside it. And I'm going to call this Garage. So now I have Users Home and Garage, and if I press play, okay, so that's definitely working. So I'm not going to pair the chime, just to show you how you do it though. Press and hold the pairing button, and it starts to flash. Then you would press the bell button and that would pair the two devices, but I'll turn that off and just show you that there's volume control on this. So you've got quiet or really quite loud, and then you've got various different tones. Okay, so I've got my bell at the back of the kitchen just by my toaster here, and I'm going to try and connect it up to this Echo Show speaker, which obviously you can see is video as well. And I've got it paired to the Cloud Edge app, and you can see if I wave, it's picking me up from the back of the room. Okay, so let's go into settings, link with Alexa, and allow. Link Cloud Edge with Alexa, link. Okay, well that seemed pretty easy. Alexa, show my camera.
Did you mean garage?
Yes.
Okay.
Waiting for Cloud Edge. Okay, so we got feedback because the camera is at the back of the room, but you can see that's working. Oh, and we've got mic on or off. Well, that was very simple, and you can see if I wave, that's working absolutely fine, and the camera is there in the background. Yep, happy with that. So let's come out of that just by going to home. So it'll just show, oh, it still shows the doorbell. Oh wow, so you can still see it while you're doing other things, so you can keep monitoring it. But I don't know how to quit. Oh, there's an X there. So I've left the camera working on my garage door at the back of the house, and here's some daytime footage. Some evening footage of me taking out the recycling. This is 9:21 in the evening, so starting to get dark, and it switched over to the infrared camera. Now I have a light on the back of my garage that comes on automatically. I turned it off for the previous clip, and I'll turn it off for the next clip, but this is with it on. So just to show how dark it was outside, this is me walking out through the back of the kitchen, and as you can see, the infrared camera picks up everything nice and clear, even though it is very dark, as you can see by how tentatively I'm walking down the steps. So let's have a look at the listing on Amazon, and as you can see, it's actually cheaper if you're signed into a Prime account, so $56.98 is showing up for me. Let's have a look at some of these images a bit bigger. So PIR motion detecting, as you can see, 2-ear audio and voice changer. So the voice changer, the idea of that is you can make it sound, the uncle one would be if it was a young child at home, then when they're answering it sounds like an older person using it to whoever's at the door. So it could come in handy, and you can have a conversation from your phone to the doorbell. I've already demonstrated it works with Alexa, but it also works with Google Home as well. 1080p resolution, IP66 waterproof. And my doorbell, the other one I've had for 8 months, and that's been absolutely fine in all weathers. Customized motion zones, I've shown that in my previous video. So if you go to this video, I went through more of the setup in the app in that video if you're interested in that, although the app is updated and does seem to be much better now. And this would have been good on my garage because it was definitely picking up my hedge in the background. It was a windy night, and it kept setting off the motion detector. So all you do is mask out bits you don't want, and it can ignore it. And you can share the videos. The way I do it is take the SD card out and pop it into my iPad, and then just do whatever I want with it. They just come through as MPEG video files. And there's details on the installation, super simple. You can actually twist it up to 45 degrees, which would really come in handy. I just used some double-sided tape to stick it to the window of my garage. But the one on the front of my house is double-sided to a PVC door, and that's been there 8 months, and it feels rock solid. And as you can see, pretty decent reviews on Amazon. I won't be leaving an Amazon review because obviously I was given my bell, but I was given it in exchange for a video. Okay, so I hope all this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.